Okay.
Don't, Tim. Stop it. Are we on? Wait.
What?
Hello, and welcome to Take Flight Live with Brewing Stage Company, an award-winning 100% volunteer community theater organization located in Oakville, Connecticut. I'm Matt Bassett, Executive Director of Phoenix Stage Company, and your host here with Tim Phillips. Say hello, Tim.
I hate you with a hot pack.
Say hello, Tim.
Hello!
And also in the room, Salty Michael back there, our technical producer.
Glad it's all right.
Yeah, and Al Hathaway is not with us because I found out today that he's in New Hampshire.
What's he doing in New Hampshire? In Maine?
I don't know what he's doing. You know what? He's retired and good on him. He can go sleep in whatever woods he wants to sleep in. So on sound today, my friend Sue Silva from New York. Granville, New York. No, we went to high school together in Vermont.
Yeah, there you go.
As an adult, she changed sides and moved to New York, and and now she comes down to visit, and she comes to see shows and stuff, and she happened to be here this weekend, and so I said, okay, you're working tonight.
Yes.
She has like a Phoenix t-shirt and a pair of black pants that she brings with her when she's visiting, just in case we need her for shows.
Right, but we paid her ahead of time by taking her to Black Hawk.
We did. We visited Black Hawk today, and
yes, we did.
yeah,
I'm drinking their Frangile. What are you drinking?
This is the Rider Mower Hazy IPA, which is it's quite good.
Really nice.
Yeah, it's quite good.
I loved it out there, and we have another studio audience member.
We do.
I know.
Nancy Sasso Jens is with us today. We're so excited to have her here with us, and she's sitting next to herself.
Oh,
she's sitting next to her cutout.
That's gonna happen.
It is in this audience.
She has a pen.
Yes.
Which means she's taking notes.
Yes. So behave yourself, Michael.
Michael.
Yeah.
Always on me.
Well, who else gets bleeped in this show? Anyway.
Yeah. Hey, Tim!
Hey, what? Are we starting already?
What do you call a line of rabbits walking backwards?
I don't know. What do you call a line of rabbits walking backwards?
A receding hairline.
Our guest like that, yeah.
You got to be a little faster on it, though.
No, you don't. Only if you think it's funny.
No, I already told her. She's staying at my house. Everything is funny.
And that's the bar.
And I told her just to let this laughter play out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're funny.
Yeah, they're hysterical.
So how was your week, Tim?
2 weeks. Because it was 2 weeks.
I'm hearing an echo, and it's making me crazy.
So I put that down.
Yeah. Michael's kind of.
It's been 2 weeks since we got together.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, we had a big incident. Our cat Dash disappeared. It was an indoor-outdoor cat, and now he's strictly an indoor cat. He was gone for 5 days. Finally showed up.
Got a little beat up and dehydrated.
Got beat up. The doctor said he got the kicked out of him, but he's doing much better, and he's learning how to be an indoor kitty. So
that's good.
I can tell you, the last podcast.
Yeah.
That was day 2 of his disappearance.
And I had no idea.
Yeah,
you hadn't nobody had even told me. It was very quiet.
And it was very strange in our household because as long as Lori and I have known each other, we've always had pets of one kind. She had birds when we first met, and then we had cats when we moved to our house. So it was a little strange. This was the first time in 30 years that we had not had any pets at all.
Tim, listen, if that ever happens again, you just give me a call. I'll come and curl up on your couch. You can feed me.
I think we do that already, don't we?
I'll pull the toilet paper off of the roll, and I'll throw up on your rug for you if you want me to. You just
I hear he needs a flea
bath. Yeah,
you let me know, and I will be there to.
Can we get a flea collar for him? You think?
Yeah.
I hear the Seresto collar. I don't know if it'll work. We'll just put it around his neck.
But
I have a collar at home. I can bring it with me.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna let that one go. But
I'm a costumer.
I have to tell you though, when we did the show 2 weeks ago, and it was the second day he was gone, actually was very painful to see his cutout out there because he's in the audience, right?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
And it was hard to go through that.
Yeah.
And then he came back on the 5th night.
Yeah.
And we poor guy.
I told you guys to have
you
faith.
said it,
I just kept saying
and
it.
Deb said it, and a few other people said it. But it's when you're experiencing it,
Sure.
it's a tough thing to
Sure.
do. And he was the only cat we had at this point, and will be for some time. And when he showed it back up, it's like all the bad stuff has been lifted. In the end, he dropped 4 pounds, and he was a skinny cat to start with. So we're fattening him back up. And
he'll be an
up.
indoor kitty, so he'll have that indoor kitty hang in no time.
Yes, he probably will.
Yeah,
And
it'll be good.
So he's doing good. So that was a big thing that happened. I had lunch today with Lady Jane.
Lady Jane Coughlin. Jane Coughlin.
And one of the things we talked about was how busy our calendars have become all of a sudden, right?
I can't even stand it.
I mean, we went through 14 months where you look at your calendar, right, Janet, Nancy? There was nothing on it. And you're like, oh, well, I can't wait for the weekend when there's nothing on that too. But now
it's insane.
We
We're
have
trying to
rehearsals.
find a time to have breakfast with Val Vitella.
yes,
She wants
and
to
it's
have
crazy.
breakfast together and kind of update us. And we're having trouble finding a day where we're all available for
Yeah,
that.
I think, and we talked about this before. We talked on the podcast, and we talked to you and I. We got spoiled during the pandemic in a way where we had so much available time.
Yeah.
I don't want to say free time, but available time, and I forgot what it's like to be busy.
It's
It's tough, right? It's tough to.
I kind of enjoyed my forced retirement.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, it is different.
It's filling, but now everything is filling up in the calendar.
Yeah.
And you're like booking 2 or 3 days. Is that the same for you, Michael?
Oh yeah, no, I went from 0 to 60. I was talking that before,
Yeah.
but I was so hesitant to get going, and it all happened at once. I'm back in my office. I'm
was gonna-
prepping. I'm working 2 shows. I've been in a theater every single day this week except Monday.
Wow. And it's crazy. But we kind of expected that, right? We
Yes.
knew that we were going to go flatline for a long time.
Right.
And then all of a sudden the heartbeat would start.
But you
and
know
then-
what the weird thing is, when Sue got here this morning, we were sitting down in my living room and I was finishing my coffee and we
Right.
were talking, and she said, New York is wide open. She said,
Yeah,
so
it is.
do you have restrictions at the theater and I said, I don't know.
I don't.
My bat phone hasn't rung. And that was always my question: is the
Yeah,
phone going to ring?
yeah.
Am I getting an email from the state government saying you're good to go? So
Well,
right now, what we're kind of basing it on is we know that other things are open to full capacity,
Yeah.
and right now, Phoenix Stage Company has policy in place for masks if you move about the building.
Right.
And we're going to keep those in place until we're told otherwise.
Right.
Once we know that other theaters are up and moving. And I did have a gentleman called earlier in the week
Yeah.
and asked when we were opening again and said, well, you're open, right? There's no restrictions. And I said, well, right now, because we haven't really had any official word
Mhm.
or anything, Phoenix Stage Company, our policy is that we're going to distance 1 seat between groups.
Okay.
And we're going to request that you wear a mask while you're moving about the building.
Right.
And he said, I don't want to wear a mask while I'm watching a show. No, you don't have to
No.
while you're watching the show.
How are you gonna
We're
eat your
asking that
popcorn?
when you get up to go to the bathroom,
Right.
just put your mask on. That's all we're asking.
Common sense.
Now, when we get to August 13th, or
Right.
when we get to that
Our
date of
opening
Hell
day,
Week,
Right.
that might all change and
Right.
our policy might open completely.
Yeah.
We have these amazing cutouts that we love so much
We
that
really
we'll
want to
be,
use them. We
we'll
want
be
other people to
using
see
those
them.
for
Yeah.
purposes of if we need to block a seat or
Sure.
whatever, we are going to use
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
So we don't
We're
right
kind
now,
of in flux, right?
we don't know because we know what other theaters are doing. We know kind of where they are,
Well, we know,
but we
what
still
they're
have
thinking
still
about.
have 2 months to go.
but all the theaters are still in flux too. They
Right.
don't really know what they're going to do until they actually open, right?
Right. So when we open on August 13th, it may be, we're
It may
absolutely
be,
fine. And
yeah.
it's going to be, what we will do is we will just ask our patrons to respect each other, ask our guests to respect
If you
each
want
other.
to wear a
If the
mask,
person next to you wants to wear a mask, that's their choice.
yeah.
We just let them wear a mask. It's this,
If they want to wear a feed bag to get their popcorn in,
Absolutely, because they've
Oh,
missed our popcorn.
they have
Well,
missed
the golden
popcorn.
rule: don't be a jerk.
We should
Basically,
put that out. We should put that in
the
sign
golden rule.
and put Michael's name under it.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Phoenix. Don't be a jerk.
I usually
Michael
don't use
Calabrese.
the word jerk, but we're on a
Do you
podcast.
add an epithet before jerk? Yeah, I kind of figured it would. But the whole thing is everything is coming back. We talked about this earlier today. It almost feels like the last year was unreal.
Well,
it never
and
happened.
it's true. And when this all like happened immediately, and there was a shortage of PPE, we
Yes.
panicked.
Oh yeah.
And I started buying masks
right.
and disinfectants and hand sanitizers and all of this stuff.
Yeah, remember
and
you
so
couldn't
now I
get
have
that.
I have boxes of masks and I have boxes of gloves and I have boxes, and we're going to open them. We're not going to need them.
Right.
So that's why at our first rehearsal for
Yeah.
Kill Me Deadly, I did say there is a new policy at Phoenix Stage Company. If you come into the theater and you have a cold or you are sneezing, we're going to have you wear a mask. We
Right.
don't want sickness going around
Yep.
the room because, in the past, you would come to a rehearsal and you have a little bit of a cold and then everybody gets it.
Yeah,
and then
everybody gets
people
sick,
start
yeah.
missing rehearsal.
And it's
So
worse
the
for
new policy,
musicals
well, let's
everywhere,
let's learn from this last year.
Yes.
Let's learn from the fact that it's effective to wear a mask.
Well,
I
that's
didn't
what you
have
learned.
a
Yeah,
single
you-
cold in 2020.
Yeah.
I didn't get every year I've had pneumonia.
Yeah.
My allergies have been great. So why not take that and learn from it? So we're going to have
Right.
these masks available.
Yeah.
And if you have a cold, we're going to ask that you wear one at rehearsal. That's all. Keep it to
Respectful.
yourself.
Yeah.
And let's try to be
And I
respectful.
think that's
of each
going to
other's
happen. I
space.
think people are because I've been to various stores over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Most of the times, like if I'm going to the grocery store, I'm going to put a mask on.
Yeah.
And when you get in there, I see somebody else with a mask. I'm like, all right, it's okay. I'm cool. Everybody's wearing, or everybody wants to. But I had to tell this to Lori too. I said, we can't get upset if somebody's not wearing a
No,
mask.
I kind of like my masks because now, I made masks. So I have
Yes.
masks that match my clothes.
And
So it's a fashion thing for me.
And I told you this before and on the air, I get so many compliments
Yep.
from the masks. I was wearing, we were out the other day and I had my Whalers mask, the old Hartford Whalers mask, and
The waitress
was beyond.
I love the Whalers.
Oh my God, I love
I'm
the
a hockey
Whalers.
fan.
And I looked at her and said, honey, you weren't even born when the Whalers were in Hartford.
Oh, but my family.
But my father knew the Whalers, and he's a Bruins fan, and we watch all the games together, and he's a big pasta fan. They make sure they have pasta before every Bruins game. But it was really
and
funny.
we
She
went to
saw
we went to the Renaissance Fair, and there
Yes.
were signs everywhere that said,
If you're in line-
we respectfully request that while you're in line, you wear a mask.
in line or indoor.
I don't have a problem with
I
that.
really
and so,
don't.
so
But
when,
I like
when
having
we
that
open, we don't know what's
Yeah.
going to be, but the freedom is going to be there. We're going to have the masks available. The boxes will be there.
Yep.
Help yourself.
I do like
You
that
know.
freedom now of making that your own choice.
Sure.
I feel a little more comfortable with that
Sure.
because I have gotten used to it.
Yeah.
Also, it's my favorite new winter accessory for walking the dog.
You have no
Seriously,
idea,
right?
This winter, those masks made all the difference in the world. When we
Yeah.
were up in Maine for Christmas,
Yeah.
walking on the beach, it was great.
Yeah. So bottom line is we update as we go.
Yeah.
And as we move forward and
Are
get
there-
closer
are
to
there-
our opening nights, then we'll be able to send out emails and put it on our Facebook page and our website.
Are the patrons really asking about this stuff?
So it's really funny because our subscribers are sending back their forms
Yeah.
with little notes.
Uh-huh.
We've missed you so much. We can't wait to come back.
Yeah.
I'm getting phone messages. We're so excited that you're opening. We can't
Yeah.
wait to come back. We've
Right.
missed everyone so badly. It's the new people
Uh-huh.
who are calling for tickets that are asking these questions.
Well, that makes
It's-
sense. That makes sense.
It's people who aren't familiar with
Right,
us.
right.
I think our subscribers know that we're pretty cool and safe.
We're going to
and-
make sure that it's a
we're
safe
gonna-
environment for you.
and because we've kept them informed
Yeah.
through the whole process over
Right.
the year with regular emails and things, letting them know what we're doing.
And one other thing is we have the on the marquee now says our opening day.
It
right?
does. It
Yeah,
has the
has
show.
the show. and
It
we're
said
opening day.
opening for a long time, opening on August 13th, and yesterday
Yeah.
I changed it out to Kill Me
Till
Deadly.
July. Are we still planning to do a volunteer
We have 2 dates of volunteer training that are going to be going on. We're going to have one date that is physical, so you can come to the theater, sit in the seats, and we're going to have volunteer training.
Yep.
And then we have one date that's a podcast training. So if you can't be at the training, you can actually watch it on the podcast. And we're going to go over all of our regular stuff. We're going to go over things that have changed.
Yep.
We have some new exciting stuff.
Oh, do we?
Yes, we do. So one of the things that we're doing is when you go to concessions and you buy concessions, for every $5 that you spend at concessions, you're going to get a little raffle ticket.
Oh.
And you have one half and they have one half.
Yeah.
After intermission, when everybody comes back in, the person working concessions is going to pull one. And on the new chalkboard that's on the back of our cooler, they're going to write the winning number. And on your way out, if you check your number, if you won, you get a $10 voucher to a ticket that you can use for tickets. So you stop and get that, and you can save them and use them for subscriptions. You can give them to friends to use them to bring. So for every $5 at concessions, you get a raffle ticket.
So buy those glasses of wine.
Yes.
Or buy
And
those beers.
we're working on Phineas Phoenix.
Oh, yes, we are.
Phineas Phoenix is going to be our new mascot. It's a phoenix. And Phineas Phoenix will come out before shows and throw prizes out to the audience.
Don't expect tap dancing.
At 10 minutes before 8, so that he doesn't interrupt the house announcements.
because we know.
Phineas Phoenix just have like one of those long poles to pull you off after the first 20
No,
minutes
we're so excited about house announcements.
I'm feeling it already for the opening night crowd, because you're going to have a cast of 11, right?
A cast of 11.
Anxious to get on stage after a year
And
and a half.
we won't go crazy. My record is 27 minutes, and so it won't be longer than that.
I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be
The first one I
close.
call places for the
And I
cast
really
after you start the announcements.
feel very strongly that my new
Thing of the adding jokes.
new thing of telling jokes during the podcast should be part of house announcements. I should have a joke for the audience.
I think you should get a joke from the audience.
Or no, most of them
that
think
could
I'm a
get-
joke.
that
Tell
could
me this,
real-
tell me
yeah,
this, just
real
before we
fast.
went on the air, you told this story about way ago. This joke, this little tyke came up and told you the difference between.
Yes. So long ago,
Yes.
on tour with the company, I would tell jokes. And so this one young child came up to me and said, I have a joke for you. I have a joke for you. And I said, what's the joke? And he said, what's the difference between an orange and a bicycle? And I said, I don't know. What is the difference between an orange and a bicycle? And he said, it doesn't matter because vests don't have sleeves. That gets a joke. That gets a laugh.
I think that's hysterical. I love that joke. I love that joke.
Yeah.
We should have imprinted on the wall there. Put that one on. You should put a joke every night on the new cooler.
Yeah. You can fade that anytime. Thank you.
I believe
Yeah.
I told her to let it play out.
Yeah. No.
But
No. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
So
gonna happen. I do remember.
we're looking
I'm
very
trying to
forward to our
remember-
opening night.
and it might have been the last show we did here with this drinking habits too, but everybody would be like places, and everybody would rush upstairs from downstairs.
And then you'd hear,
And then,
hello.
I'll be up in 5 minutes. I got time.
No, it's
But
we're,
it's gonna be great.
we're
First of all,
looking really forward to it.
having it.
Rehearsals have been amazing.
That's the next thing I want to bring up. We have been rehearsing now for a couple of weeks
Yeah.
of Kill Me Deadly.
Yeah.
And first of all, it's so great to have Hathaway back in here.
Yeah.
Everybody gets here early
Yep.
so they can catch up with everybody.
It's like the most amazing cast. I've never had a cast where I'm like, and everyone's here,
Yeah.
but it's 15 minutes before we need to start.
Yeah. And everybody just wants to.
But we just let them visit because that's what they want to do. They're so
Yes,
hungry to
yes.
visit with each other.
yeah.
And to
And then afterwards.
Right. And so,
it's great.
and then I say, okay, let's start. And we rock it. And
they are so funny.
yeah,
The
it's
people
so
you
great.
have cast in this show are just really talented and really creative, and they have come up with fun, and you keep coming up with.
Well, my humor. And
Yeah, you're
there's
gonna get
not
to see
one, there is not one moment of flatulence in this show yet.
that yet.
Not one.
It's early.
Not one.
We're early. You'll find if
Tim is in drag already.
I was gonna say, but maybe some hazelnuts.
there might
So,
be some hazelnuts
Yeah.
in there.
So,
Although,
but it is
I'm not
great
gonna
fun
give it
and
away, but I
such
have
a
moment-
talented,
Yeah.
talented group of people. Rob
Yes.
Roshnowski, Laura Cortez, Dan Willie,
Yeah.
yourself,
Brian
Leland Schick,
and-
Brian Elser,
and
on
Deb
and on and
Goodman.
on and on. Deb Goodman is hysterical as Lady
Oh my
Claremont.
gosh, yeah. Oh my
You know,
gosh.
bringing Kristen in as
Eric.
Veronica.
Eric
Eric
like,
is playing Ida,
the secretary.
and it's hysterical. It's so good.
That's the thing. Here's the thing. We're so, again, we're out of the loop. We haven't done this in a long time. We are breaking each other up during rehearsals.
Sure.
Because we're creative and because it's a funny script. But it is at that point where we're trying things. And that is, to me, that's one of the most enjoyable parts of
Yeah.
a rehearsal
Yeah.
process. And there have been a couple times already like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I've said, let's not do that.
No.
We won't do that. But
That might,
you know,
yeah, no.
I let people try things. And
Yes.
if they work, they work. And if they don't, they don't. And we just have to
But we
respect each
also
other and have
the
that
kind
exchange.
of cast that gets it.
Yes.
That if you do something funny, we will let you know that's something funny.
Right.
And
But that doesn't mean trying to be bigger next time. It means
Exactly,
keep it
no.
where it is. Because
We're
sometimes the
trying
funny
things.
is just right there.
Right,
It's right
right.
there.
and
you
that's
know.
what you always say. Let the funny
Let the funny be funny.
be funny.
Don't force it.
Yeah.
That is one
Yeah.
of my favorite things with you as a comedic director, Ed, is that one of the things that you do well is I've seen so many directors try to, especially with
Stretch so
comedy,
hard.
wrangle it all into exactly what they see. And
Right.
you instead kind of let it all go. You're like, try things.
Well, it's
do
by
things,
example,
let's
right?
see
Yeah.
what works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
it's-
then you sometimes you see something that's semi-funny, but you're like, let's tweak it and do this. So
That's what I
kind of-
really
you-
like.
You augment what people are already doing,
Right.
or you come up with a new idea that works.
Yeah,
It's
if
just a lot
somebody
of
comes
fun to
up with
watch the
something,
process.
Yeah, somebody comes up with something and you're like, that's good, but let's take it and move it a little forward
Right.
and do a little more with it. And it's gold.
Right.
It's gold. It's so much fun. And this is just the most enjoyable part of the process right now to me.
Yeah.
Is everybody finding their characters. And then by the time we get to opening and everything locked in place, this show's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
This
It's
show's gonna be amazing.
it's a great show. It's
and
a great
it's
script.
a different show than what you were thinking about when we first started, right?
Sure it is. Yeah. Because we were going to be doing so much stuff with video.
Yeah.
And it morphed a little bit. And
Mm-hmm.
that meant people have to put on more costumes. It means that Deb Cryan's going to be on stage more than the backstage.
Well, does she know
Surprise!
I don't think she knows that part yet.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
she's good.
It's
But
good.
yeah, it is exciting. It is
we
exciting.
had a scene last night's rehearsal. That we had to make sure that we were having so much fun with it that we had to like tone it down because we were distracting from what was actually important to the audience to know.
Yeah, the people in the background. Shh.
we were just having
Okay, freeze.
freeze. Too much fun.
Yeah.
But that's just part of the
Yeah,
process.
but it's
and
fun. And you know,
great,
this
yeah.
week I had my Zoom call
Yes.
with our friends at Phoenix Theatre Company in Manchester, England.
Manchester, England.
Yeah.
Yes.
How'd
that go?
Yeah, north of Manchester, England. It was brilliant, as they say. That was their
British
saying.
for
Brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it was great fun. It was really interesting to talk to
They're really on board with all
another theater company that is, even though they're in a different country, they're experiencing the same things that we're experiencing with
Right.
the shutdown. They don't have a home. They've been around for 40 years. They're getting ready to celebrate their
This is
40th
amazing
year.
to me.
They were founded in 1982.
Uh-huh.
So the history of their company is that they were originally part of a school. The school shut down.
Okay.
They used the theater program to raise money for the school.
Right.
The school shut down, but the theater program wanted to stay around. And so they came up out of the ashes and became Phoenix Theater Company. And,
that's brilliant. That's good.
Yeah. And so the 4 people that were in this Zoom meeting with me, they were part of the council,
Okay.
which is basically our board.
Board,
And we
right.
talked about the histories of our companies, and they went through the same things we did, where they couldn't get shows because they were restricted,
Right.
or they were challenged with the kind of actors that they needed. They have 28 community theater companies in their borough.
Oh my
in their
gosh.
little tiny
That's
little area.
Like in one town.
Right.
basically.
In their area.
Oh my
And they're
gosh.
very political and protective of their
Oh,
stuff.
sure.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
so it's really interesting to talk to them about, because they were asking like, how many people come to your shows and do you have a steady audience? And I said, well, we have a home.
Yeah.
So for us, it's a little bit
different.
It's a little bit different. It was really exciting to talk to them. And so we're gonna continue to talk, and
Yeah.
they're gonna meet more people from this Phoenix, because they're calling it the International Phoenix Project, is what they called it. The International Phoenix Project. It will be Brill, Ed, Brill. Lovely. Yeah.
As we
No.
call it.
Awesome. 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 Like, I'm so excited about it. So
That's great.
yeah. So I really love them all individually, and I loved them as a group.
Uh-huh.
Like, they were all so individual, and yet they were meshed as a group. They
Yeah.
were really exciting.
Okay.
And I really do. I adore them. And so
It sounds like a lot of give and take between the two of you.
it was an opportunity for us just to learn about
Right.
each other and how we did things.
Yes.
And we shared store like shows, like they suggested, I'll suggest a show, suggest a show. What worked well for you? What was good? I suggested Writer's Cramp, how William Shakespeare
Yeah.
got into showbiz.
You
Every
should,
Christmas story ever told. I told them about
Oh.
that, and so we kind of, we talked, and it was really exciting.
Yeah.
So we're going to have another Zoom meeting in July. The goal is that in 2022, we will produce the same show around the same dates.
I still say
And then the casts and the directors will be able to Zoom with each other and learn and see how we're all doing it. And then the ultimate goal is in 2023 to do an actor exchange, where an actor will go there from here, and an actor will come here from there.
You've been.
And it would have to be a one act, because you can't go there for 3 months of rehearsals,
Right.
So it would have to be a one act, and we would have to start the rehearsal process on either end of the pond, where
Yeah.
you learn your lines, and
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
by
yeah.
Zoom,
Right.
and then we do an exchange. That's the ultimate kind of partnership. So
Now-
sister theater
A sister
is that
theater.
we're
I love
looking
that.
at. I just think it's really exciting.
I would love to get like logos or whatever of or pictures that we can put out here.
They are sending me a lot of stuff, and I'm sending them.
We
them
have a lot of stuff
I'm
to send
sending them a little. At our next meeting, we're going to exchange addresses, and I'm sending them a little care package with the DVDs of some of our shows.
You should send
Play
them.
bills
Some of our
and things
audience
like
members
that.
are asking if we could end up doing a group Zoom with the Manchester.
Yes, they
That is a
actually,
great
we brought
idea.
that up where I said we will get people here in the theater and actually do a Zoom with
A live
audience,
Oh, that
where
would be
they
awesome.
can ask questions and things. And I think that would be really
That would be a
exciting
fun show.
for our theater crowd to be able to do that.
You should send them our Christmas show that we just did. The Phoenix Stagecoach Christmas Carol. Christmas.
Oh, yeah. So the
Because
movie
it tells
of that.
our story.
It was never taken down.
It does tell our story.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting to talk to them and kind of get their, like, understand what they're going through. It's the same thing that we're going through.
Right.
They're still on lockdown.
Yes, they are.
And so
They're starting to come out though.
their first show is going to be Of Mice and Men. And it's because they were going to be doing that earlier, and they kept it. And they're having a challenge with one of the characters who's African-American.
Yeah.
They said race is very touchy there right now.
Sure.
It's eggshelly. And I said, it is everywhere. They're dealing with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same things
Yeah.
that we're dealing with.
Yep.
And so it was, again, so exciting and refreshing to talk to another group from far, far away, but
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
shares the same experiences that we do here.
It's a small world.
Yeah.
Now you've been
Nancy, you know what? It would be great if you come to a Zoom meeting with me
Yeah.
and just sit with them and learn. Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be
yeah.
a great, I think it'd be great for you to do that.
We'll have to set that
Like,
up.
come and
Yeah.
hang out for that Zoom meeting. It would be awesome.
Now you've been to England, right?
I have many times.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
when you were
A flight attendant. Yeah.
I have never gone. Laurie has gone.
Yeah.
But I have never gone, and it's very high on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Because I have, I have Scottish royal blood
Yeah.
in me, and I would love to go to Scotland. I would love to go to Ireland. I would love to go to England.
I love the UK.
Yeah,
I
do
love
too.
it. I do. I really love
Seems
it.
like there's a lot to see there, and oh my God, I would love a chance to go whatever they call home
Yeah.
at that point.
Just really, yeah.
It's a-
So Of Mice and Men, they're doing at a school.
Yeah.
One of the council members, and forgive me if you're watching and I get your name wrong, I believe it was Fiona. She's a school teacher. And
Okay.
so they're using the school's theater to produce Of Mice and Men. And they're actually doing it as a lesson for the kids
Okay.
to
Yeah.
learn about theater. And then they're going to have kids from the school do the tech jobs backstage to get them
That's
involved,
terrific.
which is really good. I told them about our history with Naugatuck Valley Community College
Right.
when we did a couple of shows here, Three
Yeah.
Musketeers and whatnot, that the kids came.
Kids came.
And
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were excited about, we never thought to go to the university. We never thought to do this kind of thing. And so it's really great to have an idea exchange. We talked about creative fundraising ideas. We
Uh-huh.
talked about all of that stuff.
Well, you learn a lot from
Yeah.
people like that, and they learn a lot from us. So,
Yeah.
so that's awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. I have another announcement to make.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Sure. Oh, yes, this is a big one. Yes. Nancy will love this one. Get your pen ready, Nancy. Pen ready.
I'm happy to announce that on July 23rd, I will be performing with Lady Jane Coughlin in doing love letters at the Goshen Players in their program called Evenings on the Lawn, which is outside
In the back. They
in
put
the
a little
backyard.
stage back there.
You show up at like 6:30. The show's at 7 o'clock. You can bring a picnic. You can do whatever you want. And Jane and I have been talking about this for a while.
Yeah.
And we had done it together 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Whatever. It was before Phoenix. And our good friend Agnes Dan is directing, like she directed us many years ago.
Yeah.
A.R. Gurney is the Connecticut playwright that wrote this play called Love Letter. I think you recognize it, right, Nancy? Yeah. It's Jane and I did it before, and it was a magical theatrical experience. And we've been talking about it, and we're happy to announce that that's going to happen on July 23rd. You can go to the Goshen Players website and reserve your spot for that, because there's a limit of 60 spots, because if there is rain, they just move it inside.
Yeah.
But otherwise, plan to bring a picnic, bring your own chairs, bring your own whatever, and have a good time. And I'm really looking forward to doing this with Jane.
That's great.
We're having we're going to have a couple rehearsals. We can't wait to get together and do that.
That
so
is
we're really
excellent.
excited. We just had lunch today, as I said, and it was great catching up with her. She's doing really well.
And then afterwards, we met up at Black Hog.
Yes.
Because we have a fundraiser coming up at Black Hog on September 9th.
Yes.
So watch for information on that.
But besides that,
on July 17th here at Phoenix Stage Company, we have a craft beer swap that's coming up at Phoenix Stage Company. So watch for information on that. And on July 18th, which is a Sunday, is our annual Phoenix Stage Company cleanup day.
yes.
We couldn't do it last year because of the shutdown, but our annual cleanup day. And so this is when all of our volunteers come together. We clean the theater top to bottom.
Get it ready for
opening.
Yeah.
Get it ready. We have a
little bit
dump
more
run
about
to do.
the beer swap.
Yeah.
It's the idea is there's an entrance fee.
Yep. $15.
$15 tickets. You come in. We will give you some beer. We'll give you some food. We'll have a cigar vendor.
Right. So what's going to happen is you have to bring 4 craft beers with you.
Not national brands.
So you bring those with you.
Yep.
We take those from you and they go on a table off to the side.
Yep.
We're going to have a collection of beers from local breweries that you can enjoy through the day. We will have food also for you.
Mm-hmm.
We will have designated drivers available because
Yes.
we're going to make sure that everyone is safe. So we
Yes,
will
that's
have
very
designated
important.
drivers on hand.
Yes.
We're going to have a fire pit outside.
Yes.
And we have a cigar vendor. So you will get 1 cigar with your admission, but
Yep.
you can buy more if you'd like to enjoy more.
Which we did. We did something like this in Naugatuck.
We did. We had a
Yes.
tasting. We had
Yes.
a bourbon tasting with cigars.
Yeah.
And at the end, when you're ready to go, if you're okay to drive, even if you're not okay
If
to
you're
drive,
okay,
you're going to
we'll
stop
do it.
by the table where we've put all the beers and you get to pick 4 beers
Any
from
4
whatever people have
4
brought in. And you
4
get to take those home with you.
Yes.
So that's a beer swap.
And it's a really great way to promote Connecticut
Local
beer,
breweries.
Local breweries.
Yeah.
We have one right down the road, Lasting Brass. We tried them not too long ago. What?
I don't know. Something happened at the table. Sue was having a.
So, you okay, Sue?
You okay?
Do you need a moment? Do you
I think
need
the
a
screen
tissue?
blacked out.
Yes.
Ah! What do I do? Siri. No, it's a computer. Siri. It's a computer. Siri.
Hey, she says we're number 1.
We're number 1.
number 1. Finally.
Yes.
Okay.
Birthday's coming up, right?
Yeah,
Oh, we
I
haven't
was
done it. We're
actually,
going-
we've
that
had
was
a lot
going
to
be
talk
next
about,
thing.
Michael.
It's on our
Michael
list,
is telling us to move along.
Yeah, I'm used to that.
Yes. So, Tim, we have
Yes.
birthdays coming up.
Yes, we do. Could you play the birthday music, please?
The screen blacked out.
We'll wait.
Thank you. That's awesome.
How loud is it?
I don't know. How loud is it, Michael? It's really good. Just talk loud, Tim.
Okay, I'll talk loud.
Louder.
We missed a birthday because we're every 2 weeks. So 2 days ago, it was our dear friend Jonathan Ross's birthday. Happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Jonathan Ross.
Whatever year it might be. I think he's up. He's close
40.
to me. 40. Okay, we'll go with that. Our friend today. Today, Brett Bazillion.
Brett Bazillion.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Brett.
birthday,
Yes.
Brett.
Now we have some coming up. Now we're not on again until July 2nd.
Right.
So we decided to pull out all the birthdays that we have until then. June 25th, Josh Gogol. Remember Josh?
Gogol.
Josh, who was in our Civil War show.
Yes.
And
And Mrs. Bob Cratchit's Wild Christmas
Miss-
Binge
yes.
and the Octet Bridge Club. He was a lone male in
that's
that
right.
show.
That's right. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Coming up on June 29th, Emily Dietrich.
Emily.
Happy birthday, Emily. On a personal note, on June 30th, my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, Carol Phillips, will be celebrating her 70th birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Meryl.
birthday, Ken. Yes. And then on the day after, June 1st, your brother.
July 1st.
July 1st, all
is
right.
my brother-in-law, Randy D'Amicis, but there's another I have to add.
Yeah.
That is on the 23rd of June is my sister Barbie from Tennessee.
Oh,
Is her
terrific.
birthday.
That's terrific.
And then there's one more in there.
There is?
There is. On the
Okay.
27th of June, Tim Phillips will be 80.
I will not be 80.
Tim Phillips, we have a balloon for you, Tim.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
it's a unicorn.
We also have a cake for you out there, a tiny little cake for us. So
Oh my
happy
God.
birthday, Tim
Thank
Phillips,
you.
on the 27th.
You know what year this?
What
this
year
will be?
is this, though?
This I've been telling people. This is my Lennon and McCartney.
I know
birthday.
it's your 40th grammar school or 50th grammar school.
50th
grammar school reunion is
coming
coming up.
at the Memorial School in Middlebury. But this is my Lennon McCartney. I'm turning 64, so
That's good.
that's it.
That's good for
Yeah.
you.
Getting up there. I'm a baby, yeah, especially because I married somebody who is not 64, and she's.
I'm not 64, but it's not me.
She's slightly older than me. I'm just gonna say
Just a
slightly.
tiny bit.
Like, but this is a big year for her. I can't wait till we get to.
I
that one.
know. It's a big year for her. We're going to have a big shindig, and she doesn't even
She
know
doesn't
it.
know it yet, even though she's
Hey,
watching.
Tim!
Hey, what?
What's the opposite of a cup of coffee?
I don't know. What is the opposite of a cup of coffee?
A mug of sneezy.
Oh, okay. Did
No,
you-
it wasn't funny.
Sue-
I thought it was
Sue,
funny.
Did you really feel the laughter there? No, you just did it out of spite, right?
Yeah, she did. Okay, I'm gonna tell you one.
All right.
Okay.
All right, give her one. Yeah, what?
Hey Tim,
Hey, what?
how many therapists does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know. How many therapists does it take to change a light bulb?
One, but the light bulb really has to
Has to
want
want
to
to
change.
That was you.
Hey, we have a guest tonight.
Yes, we should probably.
We should probably bring our guest up
Now
because
that the show's almost over.
it's
right?
almost over. You've been talking for a
Oh
really
my
long
God.
time, Tim.
Well, we started late today. Let's remember that. We
yeah,
started late
yeah,
because of Michael.
yeah. We did start. We started a little late because Michael was doing something. I don't know exactly what was happening.
He was having a moment. He
yeah.
was having a moment.
So we're clearing some space
Yes.
for our friend, our very, very good friend. Yes, you have to come here,
up
Deb
here.
Cryan.
Deb Cryan
Deb Cryan is with us.
everybody.
Oh, woo! Come on up here, Deb. Sit in this lovely seat that has this label that says, please sit here, from our very good friends at Sierra Ridge Media Arts. Oh, wait, that's you.
That's you. Hi, Deb.
Hi.
Hi.
It's good to
You're
see
drinking
you.
water.
Thank you. I am
Oh,
drinking water.
You're such a
Cheers.
good
Cheers.
girl.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
cheers. Cheers to
Cheers,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Works good?
Yes, busy.
Yeah.
I was off today.
Well,
You
that's
were off,
good.
You
Yeah.
took today off.
I did take the day off.
Good for
They
you.
called
Now-
me 3 times, but that's
Was
okay.
today the Juneteenth official holiday or is
No, it's Monday.
that Monday?
Right.
Monday. So
It's
you have Monday off?
officially-
No,
It's federal holiday?
I'm sure I don't.
Okay.
I'm sure I don't have it.
They're
yeah.
busy.
You know what?
Yeah.
We don't get that off either. So
No, I don't have the day off.
no.
Nope.
But we were going to talk to you about working backstage.
The dark side of the
How did we
force.
get you
The dark
into
side.
Phoenix to
Yeah,
start with?
tell us the story of how you became part of Phoenix.
The real story?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, make one up. I don't care.
So when Jeff and I first moved here from Florida, I worked from home.
Yep.
So I was like, I can't be home all the time. I'll go crazy.
Totally
So
understand.
I started
that.
looking for maybe clubs or whatever to join. So I found the Naugatuck Women's Club. I didn't know that all the members of the Naugatuck Women's Club were octogenarians, but that's okay.
I thought you were going to say you didn't know they were women.
Well, no, it was fun to be the youngest person in a room. Finally,
That is
again.
true. I
Yeah.
will grant you that.
So one luncheon, Ed and Lori and Nancy Dodge came and did a skit. What was
George
it?
and Gracie.
Yeah, George and Gracie.
They had
Oh,
called
which
and asked
you-
us if we would
Yeah.
come and do entertainment for them for their
which
luncheon.
you wrote
Yes.
Yeah.
about two
Birds,
parakeets.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was really good. It was
Yes.
really good. And so after that, Ed had said, we're always looking for volunteers. I'm going to leave some brochures. If you're interested, email or call, whatever.
Mhm.
So I grabbed a brochure and I emailed him, and that's how it started.
And your
Yeah.
first show was
Red
Red Velvet Cake Wars.
Yeah, I couldn't
in
remember if it was
Naugatuck,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
I did
yeah.
a lot of shows in a row that
Oh
first
my
year.
gosh, you did.
Yeah,
Red
Jeff
Velvet,
wasn't
Sweet
happy with you for a while.
Surrender.
Yeah, like you were just.
Yeah,
we were
I was
plop,
like
plop, plop,
stacked.
plop, plop,
Yeah.
plop.
We were stacking,
Yeah.
but it was fun.
It was
Yeah.
fun. You like working backstage.
Well, I had started ushering,
Yeah.
and then
Right.
I went from ushering to concessions, and then I ended up backstage. I don't really know how that happened.
And then you ended up on stage as a camel,
A camel,
and a nun,
a unicorn,
a unicorn.
I don't know. I've been a lot of things.
The nun was my favorite. You were the child wrangler.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Oh, for the
Nutcrackers.
For
Nutcrackers, the
Nutcrackers,
Christmas show.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
And that's where we hooked you during a
Yes, they did during
house
house announcements. They did hook
We
me.
totally hooked him.
They hooked me, pulled
We
me
Oh,
off
the
used
pull you
one
off
of the
stage.
cane. We were
Okay.
They
just
used one of
kinda
the
waved
one
Oh,
of
it.
the
the
shepherd's
shepherd's
crook.
hooks.
Yeah, we just kinda waved it. But that was
Yeah.
the 27-minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that was the record. then.
Yeah,
that
was
Okay,
fun.
okay.
Well, because the audience was asking questions. It wasn't like it was just me and Agnes standing there talking. They were asking questions, so we sat down in the
That's
chairs on
gonna
the stage and we.
That's going to happen
Yeah, it
when we
is.
come
Sure,
back.
it is.
Because
Yeah.
our audiences know that this is the kind of place you can ask questions and you will
Sure.
answer the questions.
Absolutely.
And our audience also talks to crew when they're out in the dark moving
Movie
things.
thing, really? Yeah.
Hi, Deb. I'm like, you're not supposed to see me.
Well, Harold used to tell me this story. He at more than one occasion he told me the story of they had a set up and there was a bar and there were bottles of liquor or whatever. And
Yeah.
during intermission, the audience would come up and look around the set.
Yes.
And apparently one of the guys fixed himself a drink from the bar.
And he found
And on
out.
his way out, he handed Harold a $10 bill and said, "Here, go buy yourself some decent scotch."
Because
It was
just-
iced tea.
It was iced
I mean,
tea.
he was like,
It was iced tea.
yeah.
Now we did have that one show that was a murder mystery. I'm trying to remember which one it was.
Where
So
we
you invited
we-
people.
that-
Was it Death and Taxes?
It
Who's
was
the one with the
uh,
elevator?
it was Death and Taxes.
And we
And
invited-
and the
the
butler
other-
did
And
it.
the butler
Yes,
did
We
it.
asked the audience to
invited
come up
people
and
come
look
up,
for
for
clues.
clues
Look in the
on
drawers
stage.
of the desks
Right.
and look
Yeah, yeah,
look
yeah.
for clues to see
Yeah.
if you can. And they did.
And they
come
did.
up.
They
Yeah.
really did.
Yeah.
There was another show that we did here. Oh golly, I'm really trying to remember which one it was. Where it might have been Three Murders and It's Only Monday, where I asked the audience.
That was Three
Yeah.
Murders and It's Only Monday.
Did you look at things? And yes. And did you have any? And they would answer. They were
Yes.
very, and that's just, I guess that's a Phoenix thing. The
Yeah, they
people,
totally talk
audiences
to you.
are really, really
Well, and we're
responsive.
in an intimate space. It's helpful
Yes.
that you can get so close to
Yes.
people.
Yes.
That really does help.
It always goes back to when we had cops here and Eric was having his omelet and he was the bad omelet guy. And
Yes.
his friend decided to sit on stage with
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. Well, she just came up and stood there and said, "Hey, baby, what are you
Hey,
doing?"
what
He
you
said, "A
doing?"
show."
show, and
What?
you're-
It already,
the
yeah,
show
it already
started.
started. Like it started.
Because it didn't have any announcement.
No,
the show
it just started,
right? Yeah.
So
It's a
it was
great
interesting.
show.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, Deb, what makes a good crew person?
someone who can walk around quietly.
Such a big one.
It really is.
I'm saying,
It
right?
really is, because we have nothing behind
Nothing.
to our backstage.
And there's microphones.
Yeah.
Yes,
right?
there are.
But
yeah.
no, really. I mean, that is a serious one.
Yeah.
But other things would be, I want to say good muscle memory, like you can get a rhythm down, you can get a pattern down.
This is
doing
happening, so then
things-
do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
doing things the same way every night,
Right.
right?
Right.
Learning how, okay, so I'm prepared. I got to take this out. I got to bring this in. This has to go here. That has to go there. How do I get this out of the way to bring out the next thing? I mean, you got to really.
Are you a kind of person that needs to have it on paper, or do you really commit it to your mind?
By the second show, I have it committed to my mind, but
Yeah.
I always have notes.
Right.
Always have notes. Always.
And I always think that's wise too,
Yeah, always.
because you just want to have that backup.
Yep.
Well, and that's why when we're getting ready for shows and we have stuff backstage,
Yeah.
we always just say to the deck captain or whoever,
Right.
put it where you need to put it. Like
Yep.
you figure it out. We're
Yeah.
going to tell you where it needs to
Well,
come
yeah,
out.
yeah.
What happens back there is up to you because
Yeah.
that's your domain.
And I think
you know, you
it probably
need
would,
that to
and
work.
you could probably
Right.
agree with this, Deb, that it would probably amaze the casual theater observer how much activity goes on backstage
Oh, really? Yeah.
during a show.
absolutely.
You think it's all quiet. Like
There's a lot of like sign language and stuff.
the one
Like
you
Three
did with
Musketeers.
Helen,
Fireflies.
Oh, yeah,
Fireflies.
Fireflies.
there was a lot going on,
There was a lot going on back
Yeah.
there.
and it doesn't look like it on stage.
And it was easier for us because it was a smaller cast. There were only
Right.
4 people in that
Yes,
cast.
yes.
You get a show that's larger.
Like we have 11 in this
Like Three
upcoming.
Musketeers.
and it's
Oh, Three
Three
Musketeers.
Musketeers was
Unbelievable.
huge.
20
some odd
something,
people.
21,
Yeah,
23,
yeah,
I
Yeah.
don't know.
So
And they all want to
So
be
many.
backstage.
Yep. And things were moving. We moved walls. We
Yeah.
had vinyl banners, part
Yeah.
of the scenery. I mean, we were
Honestly,
up on ladders and
like a
back.
show like Sherwood, which also had a big cast.
Yeah.
It was almost like ballet backstage.
Yeah.
You had to be in a certain place. And Michael, you probably agree with this. Are you still with us,
Oh,
Michael?
I'm with you.
Okay, that people get used to being in certain places, actors at certain times, knowing that when this line happens, all this stuff is going to come out, and
Yeah.
all this stuff's got to come back, and just to be out of the way.
a
and
man
it's
of
not
no
that the-
importance.
yes.
Yeah.
Those chairs.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh!
God.
Yes, yes,
The chairography, we called it.
yes.
What a challenge
There were
that
so many
was.
chairs. They'd come in, they'd come off one side, they'd have to move to the other
'Cause it was
side.
like a
They'd
bus,
come
right?
off on the wrong
Well, it was a
side.
bus, it was a church hall.
Yeah,
It was,
it
a-
was crazy.
it was
Yeah.
everything,
It was
right?
crazy.
So yeah, they had to count how many chairs had to be on
Yeah.
each side of the stage at any
Yeah.
given time.
Right.
So, and it takes that person, because whoever is back there in charge
Yeah.
needs to be able to have a firm hand with the cast,
Right.
Yep.
to not touch things,
Which is why.
but still have a level of respect with each other.
Right.
And that's,
Exactly.
Which
that
is
can be-
why you always like to have your stage manager included in the rehearsal process,
Yep.
so that they know, like, okay,
well, here it's a little bit different because our stage manager calls the show,
right.
Yeah.
right? From up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So we always have
So
a
it's the
deck captain back here.
Yeah,
So the deck captain has to come in around tech week or sometimes earlier than
Yep.
that to learn what's going on.
yeah.
There are times when it's a little bit complicated, so you put the
Right.
stage manager
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
there.
When you're back there and you're in charge, people, and this is the thing that always gets me on it. Do you ever find the most frustrating thing? I always call it moving with purpose. I can't stand when people are moving things slowly.
Yep.
They're like just moving, like they're shuffling their feet, kind of thing.
Yep.
It's like you have certain jobs, just move and do them.
Right.
And
Right.
that's the most frustrating thing when I see that.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially if
do you
they're
have a
up in the
certain way that
booth.
you try to address those things when you see people?
Yes, I usually try to ask people to stay in their spot.
Get
You know,
out of the
find
way.
a spot,
Yeah,
stay in it.
Yeah.
When it's your turn, we'll be out of your way. But while we're back there doing the things
And that's
we have
why
to do, you have to
backstage we have
land.
those taped
Yeah.
off areas
Yeah.
with the names.
Yeah.
yeah.
Stay at your counter in your space with
And
your
for the
stuff.
most
and that's-
part,
you're
your
not in the way of the
casts
crew.
over the years have been really good about, this is where I need to be.
Yeah.
We know what we have to do as a cast to get ready for the next scene. So we're going to
Yep.
stay out of the way. A lot of shows, especially the bigger musicals in the bigger theaters, often include cast members in set changes.
Yeah, we've done that before.
Yeah.
Yep.
And sometimes that has to be done. So the best times is when you assign, all right, you need to go out and pick up a chair
Yep.
and bring it back.
Well, this next Kill Me Deadly
You're going to have
is
a lot
a
of
very fluid
Yeah.
show where there's very few blackouts.
that. Right.
Charlie Nichols, the detective played by Robert Schnofsky, just simply steps forward and starts his monologue
telling the
while the
next
scene
right.
morphs around him.
Right.
So it has to happen quietly,
Yeah.
seamlessly, and then he just steps back into the scene.
That happened a
So
lot,
that takes a lot of rehearsal in itself. That's choreography.
The Revenge of the was it Revenge of the Pink Panther?
Yes, Pink Panther Strikes Again.
Strikes Again. That was the same thing. You try to keep the action constantly going
Mhm.
while the set changed
Funny
behind
mirrors.
you.
Funny mirrors.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And that was
So
over. and
Lori
over time.
Poulin and I there's a curtain. Now we're changing the whole kitchen around and then we got to get out of there because here comes the curtain. And now that
Yeah.
it was a progression in
But
time.
it was seamless.
Yeah, but
Yes.
no one ever
You-
knew what was
right.
going on.
Right.
You were seamless with that.
And that's
the
what
walk
really
quietly
makes-
thing.
makes it good for the audience is when they don't recognize what's going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
When they're so caught up in the story of what's happening on the stage, you know that you've done your job
Yeah.
perfectly well.
Yeah.
Well, and Miss Uber organized and
Yes.
So
One
do
does
it,
not
right?
does not get
it's
the
the
wrath
look.
of
It's
Deb.
the look.
Yes.
well, what
yes.
I do, what I do is I wait to see where everybody lands during rehearsals.
Right.
Like I
Yeah.
watch to see where the actors are during tech week. And that's when I kind of fine tune where I try to always be in the same spot.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't.
But we have that spot too that we like to keep
Yes.
our deck captains at.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, like the actors, you don't want people and actors have been known to wander off from time to time.
Well, we've had a couple of actors who actually would pace.
yes,
pace.
yeah, and I'm
But
one of
that's
them.
their process.
Right.
But I try to do that downstairs.
Yeah.
Tori Risnowski has a certain spot downstairs
Yeah.
for every show.
So
that
do you.
she's in.
There's the laundry room.
So do
I'm in
I.
the laundry. What's
Laundry.
your
I have
spot?
laundry room for me as well.
Yeah.
Kristen
Because-
Jacobson.
Yeah.
Yes.
She will.
She would walk back and forth. She would be
Yep.
be reciting her lines, not ever in the way.
No.
No.
But
No,
she-
and
she was a
apologize
move-
if you
I
have to
know.
get by.
I know.
But it's the process that the
Yeah.
actors work through,
Yeah.
and it gets them into a comfortable spot where they can get on stage and do their craft.
Yeah. A lot of what helps backstage too, and this, I don't know if this is just me, I'm sure other people do it, but usually by tech week, I'm pretty solid on people's cue lines.
Yes.
So I know when I need to be out of the way. I
Right.
know when I need to know that I'm getting out there pretty soon because lights are going down or something's happening in the background or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And by the end of the show, I usually know everybody's lines.
Yes. So you know when something's gone wrong.
I do.
See, and so and with that, you prefer not to be on stage with lines
At all.
but you will do a staged reading
I will.
Yeah.
because it's different,
Yeah.
and you'll be in the background on stage.
Yeah. I'll come out in a costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's all
fine.
you have to
Don't
say,
ask me to
like-
say any words that I have to remember. Stage readings, they're right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't have any problem trying to be in a character.
Right.
I just don't want to use my brain to have to remember what
There-
they're saying.
That is a leap, and that's a leap for everybody that's ever worked on stage, is making that leap from, oh, I will do this kind of stuff with
Mhm.
you, but having to memorize
Yeah.
lines, it's harder for some people than others.
And I think my biggest fear about that is I don't want to be the one who messes the next person up.
I don't want to let anybody
I
down.
don't want to let anybody, right.
That's
Right.
exactly how I
Was
feel.
there ever a particular scene change or show or something you're working on backstage that you have found one of the more difficult experiences that you've worked on?
Yeah, it was during Bob Cratchit, that table placement. And I don't know why. It was a table. It was spiked. But
Yeah.
every time we had to bring that table out, it was just like, oh my God, how are we going to get this table through here? There's chairs, there's a this, there's a that. And it was just a stressful,
It gets in your head.
yeah, it was just a stressful thing on, oh crap, here we go. Okay, we got to take out the table. Okay, now I got to move this stuff over. I got to be quiet about it. You know,
And you got to do it
just-
quickly.
And you got to do it quickly.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Thank God
yes, yes.
for, I mean, you know.
Backstage sometimes can be like Tetris when
Yeah.
you're running out of
Oh,
time
absolutely.
and everything starts speeding
Yeah.
up.
That's that whole.
Listen,
Yeah.
backstage in Naugatuck.
Oh God.
Oh,
where
my-
it was
how do
two
we
and a
ever
half-
make
Oh, my
it 5
God.
years?
2.5
God.
feet
Yes.
from the back wall to the back wall of the
Yeah.
set.
Yes.
And there were things that was Tetris,
Yeah, it
things
was.
stacked up. Remember?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And there was
You
one
were in it
little
too back
area
there,
for
yeah.
them to be at,
Yeah.
and they did so well. Nancy knows she
Yeah.
was there for
Last
the Last Supper,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I mean that was a
And we had that
big
little
cast.
tiny,
Sweeney
little tiny
Todd.
room.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Sweeney Todd.
So many people.
Yes.
Yeah. So so
Yeah.
organization is key
It
It
to
really is.
good crew.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's really important. I used to say, oh yeah, I don't need to go until tech week, but I found myself basically coming to most rehearsals
Yeah.
the entire time.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and that was till I kind of got sure. But
Yep.
now I feel like I could probably come the week before, or when you start doing dress rehearsal, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I would come around then and figure it out. I'd be okay.
This always leads to the point where I think the level, a community theater actor, to me, the level of their expertise depends on how they treat the stage crew. Because
Yeah.
without those people backstage, you don't have anything up on
Well,
stage.
everyone's
So
always
you
so
always have to be,
gracious.
yeah, and,
Yeah.
and
It-
we have a good
always.
reputation.
There's a really good balance, and you really it's about respect
Yes.
and that relationship of
And
allowing each
I
other
think
to
a
do
lot of
their-
that comes
their
from a lot
craft.
of people that have worked in crews.
Yeah.
Once you've worked a crew, you realize what I'm always happy to do crew because
Yeah.
I don't want
I
to
am
have to
too.
go
I
out
love it.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I think everyone should always, whatever actor is on stage or whatever they're doing,
They
I
should
think
do
that
crew.
they should always at least once work crew, work backstage, like do something that's in the background of the
Yeah.
show to get that idea on it, to build that
Yeah,
respect.
yeah. And we always say too, that if you want to take the step, take the leap, and like Brian Elser, he started working backstage,
He
right?
did.
Before he moved on stage.
He did.
It's a great way to learn
Yeah.
what goes on in
And
a show.
Brian's amazing backstage. He's
Yes,
amazing.
yes,
in
he
crew.
is.
He finds a spot. We call him the gargoyle because he will just sit in his chair and he's right there. And
Yeah,
I don't know if he's listening or not,
yeah,
not to the cast,
Yeah.
to the podcast, to the show
yeah.
when it's happening, but he just knows. He gets up
I
and
think
he
it
moves.
was he in the crew for Sherwood? Because I seem to recall him hiding under the stairs. And
Yeah, I think
that
he
would be
was.
his, or maybe it was the foreigner or something, but that would be his
He was
spot.
definitely
Yeah.
crew for
He would
Three
find the
Musketeers.
most unobtrusive
He
spot.
does.
Crew is as much a craft
Yes,
as acting
I believe so.
and directing.
Yeah,
Being a deck captain, being a stage manager,
Yeah.
being crew is as much a craft
yeah.
as any of the rest of it, because you
Yes.
have to be able to put it all together.
And let's face it, actors are creatures of habit. So when they come out for a scene, they want the
Yep.
table to be in
Yep.
a certain spot.
That's
They want
why I
the
stressed
chairs to
about the
be.
table.
Yes.
Yep.
Because if they, oh my God, the table's 2 inches off.
Well,
Ah!
Fireflies, the ice cream wasn't in the
The
freezer.
ice cream wasn't
one
in the
night.
Brian
freezer.
Elster,
And there was
I still tease him because Cast gave him way too much of a hard time, but he placed a bench off once.
Yeah.
Once in one show.
Yeah.
And he heard such an earful over it.
He never made that
Every
mistake
once
again.
in a while,
Yeah.
I'll tease him. I'll go, but Brian, that one
That
bench.
bench.
And
Yeah.
like, we
Yeah.
just laugh about it.
Sometimes
I mean,
the
the
glass
ice
doesn't
cream was
break.
pretty integral to the scene.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
And
There were dialogue about it.
and it was because it
What-
wasn't
How she handled that though
Yeah.
was again,
I'm
you know, a
serious.
tribute
it
to
melted. You're gonna have to do without your ice cream.
Yeah.
Slam.
So then later on, I have to say
Something else. Yeah.
Enjoy your ice cream. I said,
Yeah.
enjoy your wine.
Yeah.
But
that's-
she was, so that happens.
It happens.
Things like that
Yep.
because someone got distracted.
Yes.
A crew member got distracted. And
And
that
you
was that.
gotta, that's why
And,
checklists are so.
Yeah,
important.
and my OCD
Yes,
uh,
that helps. For this kind of thing, that helps.
is I check props.
Mhm.
I check props.
And,
The
Check props.
actors check props, and then
And
I
I
go
check 'em
behind the
again,
actors
yes.
and I check the props.
and it has ever occurred to you where you have a prop in a certain place and then you look on the third time and it's gone.
Yes.
And
every
you
show.
freak out.
And it's because the actor
Has
said,
picked them
oh,
up. I need this over
I'm going to
here.
move this to here. Is that okay? I don't care where you want your prop.
As long as you know.
I will make sure it's always there,
Yes.
Yeah.
but
this
I
is
need
where
to
it
know where that
starts.
is. That's
Right,
all. That's
yeah,
all. I don't
yeah.
care where they want them. I'll put them wherever they want them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let me
Yeah.
tell you, I've had those situations too. And the moment that the actor during a show moves the prop and then can't remember where it is,
Oh.
you've lost all privileges to know who
Exactly,
the
yes.
only person knows who your props are.
You will never
I have
find
to know
it.
where they are at all times.
And
I
I
will-
do. I do. I'm like, oh yeah, no.
I forgot to, and until the picture came up the other day, that you and I worked backstage. I directed Underpants, and you were
Yeah,
my
I was your stage manager.
stage manager,
Yeah,
and
that
we were
was
in the
such a
booth.
fun show.
What a fun show! You were in that
Yeah, it was
show.
a great show.
That was a
I would
great
love to
show.
bring that one here because
Yeah,
that was in
I love
Naugatuck.
that thing.
It's Kristen Jacobson and Rob Wisnowski
Yep.
and a few others.
Yep.
Tony
Tony.
was in it.
Yep.
God, what a fun show!
And on the note of shows, I just have to tell you, I am having such a hard time
You know,
finding shows for 2022.
because
We're-
you're looking for a certain.
We're
kind of show.
working on our season
Yeah.
and we're looking for comedies. And my goodness, I am reading script after script after script after
'Cause
we
you
are
don't wanna
buying
just-
script after script after
You don't want
script.
to just rely on old sand. You want to find something that's gonna.
Well, we want, we don't necessarily want to keep going back on our
Right.
repertoire. We want
Yeah.
to bring new stuff. So if anybody out there has any recommendations, don't send them to Michael. You can email them to me.
Murder
Michael
at the
has
Front
my
Table.
email slide. Put that
That
up
was
there,
good
please,
one.
Michael.
Yes.
No, that was a good one.
You can certainly,
Oh, look, there it is.
email your
Right there.
suggestions there. We're looking for comedies right now. We're really
I know,
kind
I
of
took you a
we're
look
really
at
kind of
Green Street.
focusing on comedy. We want laughter is the
want what-
best medicine is going to be our tagline.
Yes.
And we've got your
absolutely.
medicine for you. So that's going to be, so if you would, any ideas, let us know. Don't be offended if we don't use them. We're
Right.
just asking.
We're looking
We
for
get
ideas.
so many suggestions from subscribers. They've
Yes.
seen shows in other states or in other theaters, and they bring us cards and we read them. And sometimes they're appropriate for us and sometimes they're not.
Please do not recommend Neil Simon because it's hard for us to get.
Well, Neil Simon is hugely expensive.
Yes.
All of his shows are
Yes.
hugely expensive for
Yes.
royalties.
Right.
So we're looking, we're
Okay,
looking
there's
at
a lot of
stuff.
them out there.
We're reading and reading and reading and
And
reading and
please do
reading.
not send us scripts about the pandemic.
Well,
Unless it was a comedy.
Phoenix Stage Company has a new works project, and we like new plays by
Yeah.
new playwrights,
Yeah.
and we've gotten a lot of submissions because we won't do one in 2022. It'll be 2023. Takes that long to produce a new
Sure.
work and to
Yeah,
develop
yeah.
a new work. 98% of the plays that I've gotten submitted are about the pandemic.
Are they funny?
No,
No.
they're not. 98% of them, they are because playwrights write what they know,
Yes.
right?
And all they knew at that
Uh,
point was,
Stuck inside.
was
What can
terrible.
you
And
do?
so
yes.
if anybody's out there and you're a
You
playwright, I
kinda
have a
think-
suggestion for you.
Would want to rehab?
Write a
Yeah.
comedy about a
About the-
family that forgets to tell their crazy uncle that the pandemic's over.
Ooh,
So he's still locked in his room and they leave food at the door because he's the crazy uncle. Write a play,
I
send it
think
to
he
me.
should.
I
write
should
that.
do one. I
Yeah.
got a new puppy and 3 foster kids in February of the pandemic year.
Wow, that's a
Listen,
great idea.
You're a hero
Oh.
and you deserve a
Speaking
gold
of
medal.
that,
Speaking of that,
what
I have
about
this.
book
I have
you
this great book.
Ed?
It's called Weird But
Excellent.
True,
As a
Gross.
segue, we call it.
300
Good segue.
slimy and sticky smelly facts.
And they're gross.
They
They're
are gross.
great. I love these
Now,
things.
where did this book come from?
Where did this book
Aislinn.
come from?
That's Aislenn's book. He got that from his teacher.
Yes.
Yes.
So Aislinn's teacher gave this to him and she wrote in it, always continue to be curious and ask questions. You have all the traits of an amazing scientist.
How old is Aislinn?
Aislinn is 8.
He's
That
8
is an
years old.
amazing teacher.
And he
And
is,
she is.
he's very curious about
Yes,
things.
he
Yes. And so there's facts in here like this one.
Oh, let's hear these facts.
Termites can toot so forcefully that their abdomens explode. That's amazing.
Housekeeping.
Oh,
Here's
yeah,
another
yeah.
one. Giraffes sometimes use their long tongues to clean their ears and noses. No, they're not funny.
They're not
No.
You should ever put in your
She
ear
thinks
with your
you.
elbow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
There's a line about giraffes in our show that we're doing. A joke about giraffes.
there is.
Yes. It's like giraffes at a vampire convention.
The acid
Oh.
in your stomach
Yes.
could dissolve metal.
I knew that.
I knew that.
I knew that.
Do they know about the
Cockroaches.
lions?
Yeah.
Cockroaches
Yes.
can live for weeks without a head.
See, they're the devil.
Well, I was thinking the
Without
same
a
about-
head.
I was just thinking the same about most Washington politicians. But
Yeah.
Lions.
Lions. Oh wait, I know about
Lions.
this. Here comes this one.
Lions can throw up hairballs as big as hot dogs.
I can't wait to see one. I bet somebody no.
Listen,
What's
you
that?
know about my cats climbing up on my costume table and throwing up on things I'm sewing. Better not be as big as a hot dog because I'll kill them with it.
Oh dear.
To help swallow its meal,
You
one
really
species of frogs
Yeah.
pulls its eyes into the roof of its mouth. I love
That's so he can
these.
see what he's eating.
So does Aislinn?
Your small intestine
Yeah,
is-
Nobody
mine,
else's.
mine.
is about 3.5 times the length of your body.
Well, I knew that. It's
did?
filled with cheese,
Yours
We knew
is.
that.
beer, and cheese.
Beer and cheese.
In Japan, you can get a spa treatment
Yeah.
in which snails crawl across your face and leave a trail of slime.
No, I really can't.
I've seen that video.
Have you seen those one where you put your fish are in a tank and you put your feet
And
in,
they-
they eat the
you
algae
know,
or something?
They eat the
I didn't know
skin.
that frogs shed their skin. Did you know
I
that?
did not know that.
Yeah, and apparently they eat it after they shed
Oh,
it.
Well, maybe
see?
that's why you never find it, because it's like an aperitif.
I love this book. I think this is a. I think this
Oh,
is
look,
a.
he earmarked.
He
something.
earmarked something.
Oh, if that can't be
Some
good.
sea slugs shoot toxic snot at their enemies.
Couldn't get a
That
show
really
without
sounds like the
snot.
worst Avenger ever. It's
The
toxic
toxic
slug
snail.
man.
A performer
Here we go.
named Mr. Methane
It can't be good.
can toot to the tune of the British national anthem.
God save
God
the
save the
Queen.
Queen.
You're happy.
I gotta
'cause
say,
it's a fart
if I
joke.
go to certain fast food restaurants, I could probably do the same thing.
Hey, Debbie,
Yes, Ed.
what did one eye say to the other?
I don't know. What did one eye say to the other?
Between you and me, something smells.
That's funny.
Nancy liked that one. That's good.
I
I think we should have our contest.
think it's time for a game.
Yay.
We
It's
should
time
have
for
our
a game because
contest.
Michael's
been
Michael's
standing
here.
by with the
Nope,
wheel.
right there.
Wheel of
Okay.
fortune.
Pull it right in, right
There you
in
go,
here.
right
So we're
there.
gonna spin this wheel, and it's gonna
Well,
tell
Debbie
you
gets
what
it.
game you're gonna
And
play.
Deb knows you have to give it a really
I know
good
you gotta
spin.
Really, like,
Like,
wham!
are you ready
Yeah,
now?
there's 6
Yes,
different
do
games.
it.
6
Spin.
different games. Oh, that's good.
Wow!
I hope you have a
round
game
and
in
round.
mind because we have
Yeah.
questions.
You're
Now, you're gonna
playing. You're
play
playing
for-
for you and Nancy Sasso Janice.
Oh,
who's
so
in the
this is
audience.
important. This is important.
You and me, Nancy.
She might even be able to help you on this.
Okay.
Can we let that happen?
No.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh,
Ooh.
jargon
It
gymnastics.
is jargon gymnastics.
Stretch your
and
mind.
stretch your tongue.
Okay.
All right, so you know how jargon gymnastics works. We've had this game before. We find a foreign or a non-American term,
Okay.
and we give you definitions for it. And there goes our table. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
What's like magic? It just disappeared. Oh, look, and we even have the
That's
jargon
good crew,
gymnastics
Michael.
there. I'm poking him in the eye. See, look. Okay, so this
Look at my
time
head.
we're going to ask you, because I know you're such a big Bruins fan.
Okay.
We're going to ask you Canadian phrases.
Oh,
Canadian.
God, I hate them. I mean, not the Canada people, just the team.
Just the team. Can you believe they're in the Final Four?
Can you
Are
believe?
you cheering for the Vegas?
I don't even care.
Oh.
oh, yeah,
Who you cheering
anybody
for?
but
Who
the
you cheering- So you're
Canadians.
cheering for Las Vegas?
Sure.
Are you cheering for the Islanders or Tampa Bay?
Ugh.
I don't like either.
I'm cheering
don't-
for a sinkhole.
That's hockey talk. Okay.
Let's go on with the game.
All
Let's
right.
go on with the game. So we're going to ask you 3 questions.
Okay.
And what's you have to get 2 out of 3 right? Or are we going to make her get all 3?
2 out of 3 is fine, but she can get all 3.
Why
What
are you
if she
trying to
gets
change up
stuck?
the game on Deb? Why are you trying to make it more difficult
Yeah,
for
why
you?
do
Have a
they
problem?
Two
do
out
Well,
of
that?
she
3.
has a helper
that.
right there.
Okay.
But
All right.
she couldn't help me.
Let's go.
All right. If you are in Canada and you order a double, where would you be? Was it A, a sky-high ice cream cone, A? Was it T, a local brothel using a 2-for-1 coupon? Or C, the local Tim Hortons coffee shop, ordering a coffee with 2 creams and 2 sugars.
I'm going to say C.
You
get the-
won
you
that
get
one.
the
That's
high
good.
one there.
Okay, I'll get this one.
Okay, I'll take this one over here.
Yeah.
Housekeeping.
House-
Yes,
I
we
know.
You have
do.
a ring.
Okay.
All right, that's
Question 2.
Good. Did you know that? You did.
Okay,
Catch
question
you,
2.
Question 2. If a Canadian comes up to you and gives you a loonie and a toonie, I love that.
Yeah.
What did they give you? A Bugs Bunny DVD featuring Bugs as a Canadian Mountie. B, $3 Canadian. Or C, a hockey hat that's half Montreal Canadiens and half Toronto Maple Leafs.
It's got to be C.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No, maybe it's B.
I
I couldn't imagine there would be a half and
loony?
half hat,
A loonie is $1.
right?
A toonie,
Toonie is
It's
$2. If you add them together,
is
$3.
Canadian.
Canadian, eh?
All right, so you got 2. Let's see if you get the sweep. If that same Canadian
Wow.
comes up to you again and says, "Let's go to Timmy's, eh?" Where should you go? A, 353 Worcester Street in Naugatuck.
I
You just
know
gave
that.
your
I
address
didn't know
out to
that
the
was
whole
the address,
YouTube
but that's
community.
funny.
It's a secret. B, to the National Pride Tower in Montreal, informally known as the Timmy's. Or, I can't look at you and do this. Or C, back to that Tim Hortons to get a double-double.
C.
Yay!
We won, Nancy.
So what did she and Nancy win?
She and Nancy won a $15 gift card each to
Yay!
Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin'
Because
Donuts.
there are no Tim Hortons around here
That's right,
anymore.
we're not
Yay!
Canadian.
Congratulations.
They used to be.
You
They
won.
used to be Tim Hortons. They used to be down by Foxwoods. They used to have a Tim Hortons.
Did they
And
really?
they did so terribly because of Dunkin'
Because
Donuts.
it's Canadian.
It's Canadian. I guess they have really good, I don't know, cinnamon rolls or something. I don't know. I've never been.
Hey, Tim,
Hey, what?
why don't giraffes play cards in the jungle?
I don't know. Why don't giraffes play cards in the jungle?
Because there's too many cheetahs.
That's cute. You have good jokes tonight.
I thought they were really bad.
You said,
Oh,
you
I
said
thought they were bad. Hey, Dad,
Yes, Ed.
when do ducks wake up?
I don't know. When do ducks wake up?
At the quack of dawn.
Oh,
Oh, is that from Aislinn? Because that sounds like an Aislinn joke.
It
no,
does, but it's
no,
not.
no. Aislenn's joke was.
Yes. Do you have Aislinn joke?
Yes, I have an Aislinn joke, right?
Go ahead,
Okay.
yeah.
What did the bee say when he farted?
I don't know. What did the beast say when he farted?
Ew, that's stingy.
Bee sting.
It's Aislenn's joke, not mine.
It's
Can't
Aislinn.
blame me.
Aislinn-
Yeah,
Someone's
he's the
hate.
one that he's got the book, so
Yeah.
good for you, Aislinn.
Good for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel now, whether you want to or not.
Now.
Do it now.
Could you get that?
Hey, who do we have? Who do we
What's
have
that?
chatting with us
In my
tonight?
head.
Can you get rid of the
We have had a variety of people on it. I mean, we have Casey is here, Lori's here, Amber's here.
Yay.
We were gonna ask
had
about-
Jeannie Martin in here, Tony Benedetti.
Wow.
Hi, everybody. Wow, that's
Michael-
great.
Michael, could you get rid of the face that's
That's
licking?
That's
his-
licking Deb's
Licking
head.
my head.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
you can't see it, but there's a big, when you watch, there's a big smiley face with a tongue that was licking her head.
Okay, yeah.
It's okay. It's
That's
okay.
right, we know
You're
it's
okay.
Phoenix.
Oh,
Yeah,
So we
my
are-
sister from Tennessee said that she signed on, but we were freezing.
There's a better one for you, Deb.
Yeah, but
Oh,
see,
there you go.
look, the
Oh,
bottom's
there-
cut
oh.
off. I'm sorry. I still need
So we
I
have
still
the
need
point.
another one from you.
Yeah.
Look.
No, we need
Oh,
the,
there you go.
don't forget to donate to Phoenix Stage Company anytime you want
So
to
we have our
by going to
yes.
phoenix-stage-company.square.site. And now we need to thank our sponsors.
We do, including Black Hog Brewing Company, Oxford, Connecticut. We were just there and had a lovely time. Oh my God, it was so great to be
That's
there.
Ellie's pig.
They are the nicest people in the world. They had a food truck today. I'm sorry I couldn't get you empanadas. We're drinking Black Hawk tonight. It was great.
Yeah, they're very, very good to us.
They are, and they'll be participating. In
They're,
our,
we're doing our September 9th fundraiser. They're
Yep.
going to continue to be a sponsor of Phoenix Stage Company, and they're talking to us about possibly bringing our Christmas show to their brewery. So every Christmas story ever told, some select scenes going to Black Hog, which would be really funny, I think.
That would be a lot of fun.
Really great fun. And of course, we need to thank Sierra Ridge Media Arts and Deb Cryan for everything that they do for us.
Yes,
It's
including
amazing.
all our lovely
The
audience
cutouts,
members,
our new
there.
Phoenix on the side of our cooler, the
Yes.
chalkboard at the back of the cooler,
As we
all of our
mentioned,
labels on the
Nancy sitting next
floors.
to Nancy.
Nancy sitting
Yeah.
next to Nancy.
Yes. And
Yeah.
I think that's going to happen when we open too. People are going to want to say, well, where am I sitting? I
Well,
wanna sit right
we
next
would
to
like to take a selfie with
a
your
selfie.
selfie.
With your selfie. Yeah.
Take a selfie with your selfie and post it and hashtag Phoenix Stage Company.
Yes,
It could be
absolutely.
great
Yeah.
fun.
Yes. Deb, it's been so much fun having you on our show.
Thank you
I
for
cannot
coming up
believe
and
we
hanging out
haven't
with
had
us.
you until now.
Well, I'm always home watching.
No, there you go. Except when you're in the audience getting
Except
Michael in trouble.
That's right. Eric got Michael in trouble.
I think it was a team effort.
There might have been a
effort.
little
A
bit.
team
Might
effort.
have been a little.
We
Yeah.
will be back in 2 weeks.
We'll be back in 2 weeks now.
July
Watch
2nd.
your dates, watch everything because we're looking at a little bit of an
Yeah,
adjustment in
because
this.
we want to make it available to as many people as possible.
Yeah,
So we
so-
may change dates. We're going to look into that.
Yeah. So she's gonna play it again. She's gonna play the closing music again.
Because we
Just
talked
click on it.
over
Click
as
on
we-
the little square next to it there. There
There,
you go.
Look at
Ooh,
she's so good.
You're
You're
hired.
amazingly
You're
good.
Yeah,
on
she's really
music
good.
now.
For a Vermont girl that's in New York now,
Yeah,
it happens.
yeah.
It
I
happens.
guess someone's got to live there.
Yes.
Someone has to live in New
She's
York.
kind of like in between. Right?
Thank
We're
you
looking
all
forward.
very much for being here with us.
We missed you.
We do. We can't wait to see everyone back at Phoenix Stage Company,
Yes.
and we'll continue on doing our stuff.
Yep.
And-
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we
Oh,
go. There we
I
go.
guess
I
guess
guess
Michael's
we're
saying that we're done
We're
now.
We're done. Yeah.
So until next time, goodbye.
Say goodbye, Deb.
Bye, Deb. Oh.
That's
Say
my
goodbye,
line.
Tim.
Goodbye, Tim.
Oh my goodness. Are we done now, Michael?
Do we,
We're getting there.
what do we do now?
Good night.
Are we going for a beer?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was
Kinda
awesome.
thing.
Thank Aislinn for
I
letting
can
us read
always
from
be
his book.
myself.
and-
I don't
Well,
ask
what
me
you
to
gonna
be
give?
anybody
Yeah,
else.
it
I
was
don't
great.
like that.
You
Yeah.
trying to mute us or
Thank
something?